kind of preparing for this, you told me that through gymnastics, you had to deal with a significant amount of overuse injuries. So there was like constant talk of having to take steroid injections, potentially needing surgery. Is that something common in gymnastics? Is that something that you see a lot in athletes playing and preparing for the sport?
Definitely. I think gymnasts have, like, they put their body through so much daily and there's so much impact and all this that many of the gymnasts I meet have overuse injuries. Like, have at least 2-3 body parts that are just like not working so well. But yes, in fact, that was one of the reasons why I had opted to stop gymnastics, because of this injury that you mentioned. I had an impingement in my Achilles, basically, and I had taken 2 steroid injections to try and, I guess, hide the pain, because in reality it didn't really heal it. And doctors had told me, like, the only way to get through with it is through operation. And I wasn't really
Yeah, and that
looking
was one
forward
of the
for that.
things that really kind of pushed you away from...
That was one of the few things. I think there were quite a few things that at the end of the day told me, like, listen, let's move on from this. Like, let's close the chapter and move on.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes quite a strong person, and it's quite a tough decision to make, to let go of a sport like that has helped you to build yourself up, to become the person you are, and then to kind of make that complete change.
Yeah, for sure. I think I spent the first like year at least just being like, if someone asked me like who I am, I'm still a gymnast.
Yeah.
It was very like identity wise, it was a struggle. I think even now that I'm like an athlete again, it's a bit different, but especially there was a phase where I was just trying out a new sport. Like, it was a bit of a gray area, I guess, when it comes to that.
And since obviously injuries are a topic that we speak about a lot, and it's something both of us deal with on a day-to-day basis in reality, now that you have a bit more foresight, like, is there any advice you'd give a younger version of yourself on kind of how to avoid all these injuries, or was it just something that kind of happened?
I think, honestly, I was fairly lucky, especially when I was younger, with regards to injuries. I did have those few overuse injuries, but at the end of the day, it wasn't anything too major. So I would say I had a very lucky like career when it comes to my gymnastics phase. Something I would suggest, like, do the ice when you need to do the ice. I hate ice. Like, till this day, I'm a bit ick about the ice. But I mean, I think something that we're really lacking, like something that we never had, is like someone that can help us actually build the right strength that we need. I mean, we always had like the conditioning aspect to our training. We always spent at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes conditioning. But it's very different, I think, than actually having someone that can actually like guide you through it.
With strength training,
With
you're
strength
saying,
training,
so kind of
yes,
that
yes.
progressive overload,
Exactly.
gradually building more strength.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's definitely something we talk a lot about a lot at Rise, like the massive importance of progressive overload, of gradually building more strength in your body, and
Exactly.
like that's really what gives you resilience, isn't it? So
That's true. Yeah. And especially when you're at a young age, you wouldn't really know how to go about these things. So it would be nice to have someone that can actually, and as well with gymnastics, there is a lot of that like push to your limits mentality, which okay to a certain extent, but not okay as well.
I mean, that grind till you break mentality and just like ignoring the recovery, going hard day after day is usually what causes these.
Exactly. And I think even nowadays, now that I'm older, I still, like, when I was young, I was always like, push yourself, even if you're in pain. Like, you're gonna push, keep pushing. And till this day, I do still feel like I still have that bit of a mentality, which is not ideal, obviously. But obviously, it was like ingrained in me from when I was young. So it is something that's stuck. Although nowadays, I do prioritize my recovery. I think before it was like no off days, practically.
Yeah.
And now I do know when to take that step back.
Yeah. Well, a big part of maturing as an athlete, I guess, as well,
Yes.
learning a bit more about your body.
Creatine, one of the most studied sports supplements in the world, known for supporting strength, power output, and muscle recovery. I personally take creatine monohydrate from Holland & Barrett. The daily intake depends on your personal goals, but using it is very simple. You just need a shaker, creatine, and water. And when the box runs out, I just restock at Holland & Barrett.